Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
The Jays.
The J Show. Here with Jaro and Jared.
Yeah, we're back.
We're playing yet again Infinity of the Bioshock.
Goodness me. So, last time, well, it's been a while. It's been a little bit.
For us, at least.
Yeah, for you guys an instant. For us, it's been was it a week?
A week. Oh, the rocket launcher.
Sure. Why not? Have fun with it while I have it.
Coolio.
So, what were we going to talk about?
We were going to talk about Fallout 76. And how I believe it's going to be a steaming pile of garbage.
Steaming pile of garbage?
Yes, a peel, not a pile. Just a singular banana peel.
Yes. You know, I'm kind of glad I took this now. Oh, it's there. Oh. Did he just dodge?
He may be immune to it, because he's tired.
I doubt it.
Well, with Fallout 76, what are your opinions?
This is going well.
Yeah, it's going fairly good. I'm guessing you're close
He's
to
about
dead.
dead.
Yeah. Oh boy!
He almost killed me with that. I didn't have any health for that.
Wow! So what are your thoughts? What do you think?
I think it's going to be okay. It's not going to be anything to write home about, though. Like, I really liked Fallout 4. A lot of people did, right? They preferred the original. I kind of, you know.
As a game on itself, Fallout 4 is decent. It's pretty good.
Right. But
just compared to the originals.
Oh well, it's just, I don't really try and compare Fallout 4 to the original games.
I mean,
because I don't feel like it is kind of part of that group.
What do you mean?
I don't really group it in. I know it's the same title, but it's a different game.
It's a different kind of game than the original.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know.
It could have been good.
Could have been.
If they wanted it to make the same game again, they could have done it. It wouldn't be very difficult. But just a lot of people, all they wanted was Fallout New Vegas with a new set of textures.
Yeah.
Right. That's all they wanted. But that's really not what they were going for.
I think they're out of ideas.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you would say?
Yeah. I mean, they're using a lot of their new ideas for stuff tend to be mods.
That paid mods.
No, I mean mods that people have made, but they don't
They co-opt them.
They don't give any credit.
Right, they just co-opt them for their own.
The whole the whole radio that you can listen to, listen to the music. That was a mod. There's no credit given to the original creator. They tend to just see stuff and they're like, that's pretty good, and then just add it in the game, in future games.
Oh.
It's fast.
Wow, did you just melee me?
But yeah, I don't think... One big issue is mods are like a huge reason for why most people play the game to begin with. Play Bethesda games,
right.
And that's not going to be a very big part of 76. Simply because...
I mean, when I played Skyrim for the first time, I didn't even use any mods.
Same. I'll play one of their games for like 20 hours or so. I
beat the game.
I've never...
Fully.
I beat
Skyrim.
With Skyrim, I beat it the first time. I didn't know about mods back then because I was new into gaming. I was new into gaming back then.
Right.
A wee little lad.
A wee little console gamer.
And no, Never really done console. Well, I mean, there was Wii, but with Super Mario
Right.
Brothers Wii.
Jeez.
Uh,
Good times.
Good times. That was a pretty good game. I don't beat most of the games I've owned, and I own a lot of games. I've rarely beaten a game. I tend to just move
I
on.
think you should see this.
No, I think I'll pass.
So yeah, a lot of people they don't play very far into Bethesda games before adding mods. Significant portion, like they play just a few hours before adding mods.
I don't think I understand how you do what you do.
Like, I've always wanted to put just graphic mods that make it look amazing on almost every Bethesda game every time.
Yeah.
Because they always kind of look dingy. Probably just because how big they are, but still.
It's more. I think it's like, I don't know if it's inexperience or what. They just
kind of look gross.
they look gross. It's due to their
The Motorized Patriot is having trouble.
It's due to them creating their own engine rather than using another engine to make their games.
Right, but that usually shouldn't affect it that bad.
Well, if you make a garbage engine, it'll affect it horribly.
Right.
And their engine is trash.
How could
And-
you say that?
Every single time, I mean, it's great for modding. The engine's great for modding, but it's just... It's one of the big reasons behind the bugs, is what I think. And every single time they make a new game, it's like, we have a new engine, it's the same one, just with, it's the same engine, just with new, graphics capabilities that are still outdated on release. Every single game they've made has had outdated graphics upon release.
Oh, well.
But I mean, graphics aren't everything. But
They're a big thing.
they're a big thing. But they aren't everything. So maybe story is good. No. No. Their stories are garbage.
Maybe the gameplay's good.
Ma-
Yes.
Yes, to an extent.
That's really what I play games for. Is
Yeah.
gameplay. I've never really been much for the whole playing for, you know.
Story.
Well, I play for story on certain types of games, but that's not what I come there for, right?
Yeah.
I've never found this. This is new for me. This area. Yo.
With Fallout 76, why mods aren't going to be a thing? They're likely going, from what I understand, I think they're going to be allowed to be into the game a year after release. That's horrible.
I just wanted to knock him down because I don't like them sitting up like that. It bothers me.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird seeing a corpse like that. Is it strange that I thought that the one on the ground was like a TF2 character?
He looks like a TF2 character.
So yeah, since it's going to be multiplayer, mods are not going to be very viable for
Right, it would
fairness. And I think
Or
that's
it
by
would, or it would preclude you from playing online.
yeah. Well,
You have
that's
to play by yourself.
the thing is, everything's online. There's no by yourself. The way they've designed it, you're always in a game. You can't play the game single player.
Not in the slightest.
Not in the slightest. There is not a single... You can play it by yourself with other people in the game, like NPCs. Like, you can just play it without buddies, but there will still be people in the world. Any character you see is another player. There are no NPCs that you can talk to.
That's crazy.
There's no... The quests are not your normal quests.
They're made by people.
No, they're, well, you can do that. It's made by, it's either, like, made by people, or they are the quest system is done through holotapes and
Right.
terminals, which sounds beyond boring to me. It's just I don't want to have to read all of my quests. I want a dude to tell it to me. I want some random person to be like, do this thing, and I'll give you a thing, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll do that thing to give me a thing.
Oh, sweet child.
So
That's
yeah.
where you belong.
Here they come, the gondola boys.
I'm kind of wondering if they're going to. Oh, hey, they're using the engines.
Yeah, you're right. These engines on the bottom of their ship.
That was pretty good. Oh, he's one of the armored dudes. Well, rocket launcher. This is rocket launcher. Who wins?
Probably the rocket launcher.
Did his bombs cancel out his bombs? His nuke cancel out your nuke cancel out his nuke?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
Ow.
There's two
Why were there two?
rocket boys.
Thank you for the help. I appreciate you.
Go take care of those last boys.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I have to sneeze.
Oof. So yeah. Just imagine some dude flies in and slams a hook into your face.
This is awesome.
These people, they're used to fighting like this, and you're not, and you're far better at it than they are.
Right.
But I guess they might not be used to fighting like it at all, because like they have
Right,
barely any opposition.
Again, yeah, there's no one there to fight them.
Yeah, just that random rebellion. But
Doesn't do much.
yeah, they just slide in and slap him in the face with a nuke. Bit of a nice. So yeah, who's that following you?
There's Emily, I believe.
Oh, so she actually gets on it?
Yeah, she follows.
Okay, I was always wondering where, like, whenever you get on these, where does she go? So she gets on them too. I thought she just, like, jumped on your back or something for some reason. On the fly. What do you think of the whole nuking an area thing? Nuking a whole zone
Of the city?
of for Fallout 76.
Alright.
Because that's the thing you can do.
I think it might be bad.
The thing is, it's really difficult to do simply because there's a lot of things required to do it. You need to get a lot of
Nuclear equipment.
nuclear codes, and then you have to break into the area, which I believe is heavily fortified. And so, yeah. And then you can nuke a whole area, and it changes the landscape
Permanently? Or for a time?
for a time. And then you can collect rare resources there, as long as you don't die from radiation. And the thing is, this game is the settlement system on steroids.
Right.
The whole game is built around the settlement system, which some players completely ignored in Fallout 4 because it wasn't all that interesting.
It was with mods.
With mods, yes, but I mean, when in this one where there won't be mods, it is better though. you can
Do a lot more.
whenever you hop into your world, there will always be your thing.
Right.
So
it's Rust.
your
It's Fallout Rust, is what you're telling me.
yeah, they kind of built it like Rust. They have used Rust as an example. So yeah, and it's just not that interesting to me. I'm not gonna buy it.
No problem.
I'm not gonna participate. I might watch a few videos.
Yeah,
And if I'm wrong,
I
if the
might.
game is interesting, then who knows? I could be
You
proven
might just
wrong.
get it.
Probably not, though.
When you're unconscious on the beach,
I'm just gonna wait for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6.
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Where are you
It's a
from?
long ways away, though.
What did you do there?
Those two games are a long ways away from now,
Right.
which is the sad part, because we have to wait for all this. We have to wait for 76 to be released,
I gamble.
and then after 76, we have to wait like
You don't want to be in debt.
3 to 4 years.
I come here to
Because
pay you
they
back.
said previously
You
they
right.
had said that it takes about 5 years to make one of their games,
Somebody who was
and
willing
it's
to do
3. And this one was made 3 years after
exchange for you.
Fallout 4.
Right.
And that's just because they're using the same stuff.
The same engine.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff already made for them, so it's going to be like 5 years from now or whatever till Starfield comes out,
Look how
and then
beautiful it is up here.
another 5 years for Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
They announced Elder Scrolls 6 back at E3, which I'm like, what's the point? We won't
Right.
see this for many, many years. And
Hell, I couldn't have guessed another Elder Scrolls.
so everyone's like, I mean, it's been what? It's been 7 years since Elder Scrolls 5, since Skyrim. It's gonna be like more like 13 or so years total till it comes out.
It's ridiculous.
Till the 6th one comes out. I don't know. And I think that's why they've shoved that one way off in the distance, because everyone wants it. They're like, they want it, but they're out of ideas. You can see it. They've been working more and more on just making the game work better, or I mean, like making their games look better and all that, rather than story. And their story is lacking horribly, and their quests are lacking. Just everything is
Lacking.
Take this.
Great!
So 76, it's like, let's completely forego the concept of quests.
Just give up on quests.
Yeah, it's like, give up on story.
Finally, they've given up. They've admitted it. We suck at story.
It's because they have a dude. It's because the person they have that does one of their lead writers, his whole writing
So,
what
it's like
is
they
it?
call you the false
Process.
shepherd.
Process is the KISS
not call each
system.
other
Keep it
that.
stupid. Keep it simple, stupid.
Figure they'd know you'd become
Right.
Now that they've got a
He's like, what's the
profit on
point
their
making
har har.
grand ideas, grand things when your players are just gonna
Crap all over
crap
it.
all over it? And by crap all over it, that's talking about mods. Because then he goes, it's like you write a very amazing story. Like you spent years making this story. It's amazing. It's great. Everything about it is amazing. And then your readers rip out a page and make an airplane out of it.
Yeah. Which is basically what everyone does with Fallout.
Yeah, well, with their games in general. But the thing is, their games have never had good stories. They've never been like this amazing story that he's talking about. Like, they've never even attempted that.
Well, they have. I think in Skyrim they
What is
tried.
that?
No,
on very few quests, 2 of them, I believe.
What quests were those?
Well, one of them was the Mage
One thing I
Guild
have in that
quest.
tower is
That was a good
time to
one.
quit. Time to study
And it was
things like
pretty
geography.
poor. Actually, I remember right.
All their stuff has been.
He offered to
It's because they're
wipe away my
going
debt
more
in
for
exchange you.
like having a wider audience, which is fine, I guess. I understand. They want more people to buy their game and play it, rather than a niche audience that the original games were
Hey,
designed from.
it's gonna be okay.
Come
on. Everything's gonna be okay. Will you just turn around and talk to me?
Just
And we
like-
can...
Yeah, it's fine to hit a guy with a wrench.
Yeah, that would just kill you straight out.
Slaps a lady. It's like sexist. I'm like, well,
What are you on about?
huh?
What are you on about?
Oh, I'm just being silly.
All right.
It's fine to like murder a dude, but if you like, you just poke a girl, and you're like called sexist. Don't do anything.
No,
Sexist.
I'm not really sexist, dude. Just called a wimp.
Misogynist. I'm making.
The only
fun
way
of,
that I would.
I'm making fun of the left. Is what
Right.
I'm
Well,
doing.
yeah, but the only way I would ever really beat the crap out of a woman is if she was trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Then I'd
same.
have no holds bar.
Yeah. It's like you're trying to kill me. I'm going to kill you.
Right. I will have no,
It's like,
no
if
mercy.
if I happen
Oh
to.
no.
Oh wow, is that Comstock?
No.
Who is that then?
Stop. Don't do that. Frick, man. Drink like a normal freaking person.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I drink like a normal person.
Oh, jeez. It's a big guy.
What is that?
This one's awake.
So you're this false shepherd we've been hearing so much
Oh, is this the
about.
rebellion?
Yep.
Caused us
Hey.
trouble after Ralph.
You Fitzroy.
Nothing but.
No
Nothing
quarrel
but.
with you or your Vox Populi. This is my airship you're hanging me out of, and I got perilous need of it.
Really? Cause it sure look like old Comstock's airship to
Listen,
me.
I ain't looking for a fight.
There's already a fight to win. Only question is, which side you on?
Well, I'm on the side that
Of me.
That's me.
The rich man, the pitiless man. But if you believe in common folk, then join the Vox. If you believe in the righteous folk, then join the
Just
Vox.
my ship.
And the Vox shall give her to you. But first, you must help the Vox. Down in Finkton, there's a gunsmith who can supply weapons to our cause. Get the guns from him, and you shall have your ship back.
Why does everyone?
Oh.
Why is?
That could, I mean, it could have landed on his neck,
Yeah.
you know, and that would have been the end of your plan.
Well, plan over. The one guy that could help us save the rebellion murdered him. He broke his neck.
Why don't touch yourself, I ask?
Doesn't even respond.
Unfazed.
Bullet lodged in his neck. Went straight through his wrist and into his neck. No. That's how you respond.
Here they come.
You give a proper response when shot. You respect the person shooting you by giving them a proper jumping backwards.
Right.
But what happens if you shoot the balloons?
No, they didn't. I already shot them. They're armored, I believe.
Ah.
That was interesting.
So, we had talked about blacksmithing previously,
Right.
and I want to kind of go into that more.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about, like, because we had talked about you just make random whatevers.
Right. I was, yeah.
And, what kind of material would you make it out of?
Well, a lot of it's going to be aluminum.
Well, eat this.
Just there's plenty of scrap aluminum just around.
Just,
Most people are willing to just give it to you.
What's the process?
Well, first I'd have to get my smeltery and melt down the aluminum, getting rid of any slag that would come off of it. So that includes, any foreign material that isn't metal, impurities.
But sometimes impurities are needed. To keep
Depending.
consistency.
Right, but I'm not getting rid of all the impurities, just the ones that are coming out the first time we found them. So then I would do a little bit. There we go. After to undo the thing with these idiots. Okay. Did I get you? We're good. Oh, okay. So I would have to melt it down into ingots
Yes.
for storage,
Mm-hmm.
and it would also, like, if it, let's say if it was painted, or if it had any plastic bits that you couldn't get out or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, one could simply just melt it down. All that would come off as slag, which you would just scoop off the top, and then yeah, you're done. It's over. Bob's your uncle. You have ingots. So then you would take it, and you would get you'd have an anvil and a hearth, and you would heat it up and beat it into the shape that you would want it to be. Then you would cool in oil to harden it, not too much, just enough to make sure it doesn't, you know, it's not like brittle.
Yeah.
So you make it too hard, then it's brittle.
Yeah. You want flexibility, but you don't want it too soft that it just bends when you hit stuff. When you use the tools.
Yeah, and then once it's hard enough, really, you would just, like, you would get it in the like the general shape you want and harden it until it's fairly hard.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would take it and let it cool naturally a couple times as you're heating it. Just let it cool in the air, not in oil. I believe you do that. I'm not sure if you do that, or do you just move on from the oil straight to pounding it? I'd have to check up on that. Revive, recover, no.
What? How come he didn't attack you?
I had no idea. I'm not bothered to ask.
Where do you use the money that you earn at?
At the shops. You've not seen me use it? I bought upgrades recently.
I haven't been paying attention for a lot of
I
them.
thought that was one of the security things. I was like, ooh, it's big. But it's not. And yeah, once you beat it into the general shape and it's cooled, you would take it, whatever it happened to be. So if you're making armor, you would round the edges and make it all nice and work. Yep. And all that. Flim flam.
Flim flam.
Like it was like recording what happened.
I must understand the incident. Shot in back of head.
Basically how the world works. I'm pretty sure I can't get through over here. I'm not even screw it. I'm not walking all the way around there. I'm going this way. So
What would you do if you did go back that way?
and if it if it was a sword or an axe or something that's sharp, you'd have to take it and sharpen it and all that other stuff. I'd have to get a grindstone for that one.
Get out of here, snipe. You want to know what we do to pretty little stowaways?
What kind of
Maybe you don't.
tools do you need?
Hey! Just stop for a minute!
Stay away!
Oh, is she running from you? How come she hates you now?
Well, it's because I said I lied about going to Paris. She really wants to go to
Just wanna
Paris,
talk to you.
and I told her no. We're going
Stay away!
to a certain place. I feel like something.
Elizabeth!
Of course, party balloons.
Get away from
What would be
me!
better is
Hold on
party
for a
balloons
minute.
filled with bombs.
I'm not angry with you!
Now that's...
Hey, watch out! Move it! Move!
Shoot some random person in Paris, just dies.
Damn it!
I am not going with you!
Don't go in there!
I have no need of one.
No, no!
No! Let me go!
Come on.
There's gotta be another way in.
Wait, who were they? What?
They were just coppers.
Why did they just grab?
Because they know who she is.
They do? Random people on the surface world?
No. This isn't the surface.
I know. I mean, she's opening up portals that were from Paris.
No.
On the surface
no,
world.
No, not just Paris, anywhere.
Oh, and there just happened to be people from here?
No, it was just opening the wall.
Oh, they're on
She
the other
went
side.
to a universe where that wall didn't exist.
Show yourself. Come on. Patience is done. Run out.
My patience has been run out.
My patience? I don't think I've ever had patience.
I'm difficult to hit when I'm going this fast.
I kind of want to make. I kind of want to get a horseshoe. Nice.
You
And
know
I want a horseshoe and then make it turn it into a knife. A friend of mine bought a horseshoe that was done that way, and it's nice.
Is it?
A guy he does professional, or not? He just takes random objects and does a bit of smelting with them. Makes
Right.
stuff out of them. He made a knife and it had a sheath and everything.
Pretty good.
It's awesome. So I kind of want to make one of those.
Be fun.
What kind of object would you like to make the most?
Probably long swords.
Long swords. I'd love to do a bit of dueling out of personally made long swords.
Be nice.
Start up longsword business.
Hey, I
Sells
was
them
actually
to-
thinking maybe about selling the things that I made.
Sells them to the locals. Arms the populace with long swords.
As one should.
As one does on a typical day at the blacksmith. At the smithy.
Alright, I don't know who you think you are, my dude.
Only Booker DeWitt gets on these things.
I'm gonna die. Hey, got away.
What is the strangest dream you have ever had?
The strangest
The
dream?
strangest, just wacky,
Well,
ridiculous dream.
my strangest dream would be... So... it would be when I was, I think, about 8. And my sister was very young. And I had this dream where this guy is crazy. Look at this guy.
What is that on his face?
It's a dragon or a lion.
A lion. Wants to be Lion King.
What's a volley gun?
Wants to be Simba.
I don't think he wants to be something.
That's pretty cool. Its design kind of reminds me of Warhammer stuff. They have a bit of funky design, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
What's
I broke
up?
the game, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah, it insta-killed me.
that's pretty cool.
What just happened?
Were you supposed to die there?
No. And I also wasn't supposed to respawn here, I don't think.
How is this all a long ways away?
It's...
Or did you like skip a whole portion?
I think I didn't skip a portion, I just went into the wrong, a weird area. Interesting, but not really what I intended to do. Alright, back to what we were doing.
Strange dream.
Oh, that's right. So, my sister was at the top of a long staircase.
Yes.
We used to have a long staircase in our house. Well, and I was near the bottom of it, right? So, I'm at the top of it, she's at the top of it. And I see a tarantula at my feet.
Yeah.
I am not
and I freak out. Because I'm like, spider. And my sister freaks out, who happens to fall down the stairs, breaking her neck on the way down.
Yeah.
That, and kills her. Then my parents come out of the room and see her dead. And look at me and go, "You killed your sister." And then I woke up in fear.
That's
my weirdest dream.
That's a bit terrifying.
Well, no, that's not my weirdest. That's my scariest dream. My weirdest dream was I woke up and there was this... Have you ever seen those drawings that are white and black? And the lines are extremely thick, and like a white, like a pencil drawing, but the lines are really thick. You know how creepy those look.
Where will we get these weapons? From one of our many
And
friends and allies?
there's this really like perfectly brown faced,
You're a
sharp
lawyer, Mr.
toothed,
DeWitt.
creepy dude
And a thug.
standing over my bed, and he was the only thing drawn that way. And he was looking over and shifting, like he was being continuously sketched a different way every second.
Holy crap.
And then I woke up in fear.
Don't get too comfortable.
I want this to be a thing. I want this to be like some sort of, I want to see this. It sounds awesome and terrifying.
It was terrifying.
Do you want to know
But
why?
I wasn't really terrified of him. It was more of just,
Get this open.
you're
Bewilderment.
creepy
Bewilderment.
kind of situation.
Was it a bit of
Wasn't really
bamboozlement?
No, it was just like, you're kind of creepy, dude.
Yeah. That's bizarre. I rarely ever have dreams, and I almost never remember them. I only really remember the scary ones. So, one time, I've had a couple of dreams where I'm driving. It was way before I ever have driven, and I'm a terrible driver.
Apparently doing that caused a ruckus,
Oh, doing that caused them to hate you.
basically.
So then, so one of the dreams is where we're driving along, and we're on a bridge, and we just drive off the bridge all the way down, and I felt the gravity. It was weird. It was the only thing I could feel, and it,
That falling sensation.
that falling sensation, and I wake up, and it was like, huh. That was one of my, one of my scariest dreams is actually, is bizarre. So, I was at a concentration camp of some kind.
No.
It was weird. It was bizarre, and I have no idea why my brain created this scenario. So I was at a concentration camp of some sort, and we all had to be in bed in our rooms at a specific time, and we were told, that like there's a large bell, and that's the only thing I could hear in the dream was this bell, and just like like a
If she's the Queen of Holland.
like a clock tower of some sort bell. Just and there's no bell in sight. It just in the sky. It was loud. And once you hear it the second time, if you're not in your room, something bad happens. Is what we were told. So then
You ain't going anywhere.
then I was in my
That's
room,
all I've got.
and the second bell goes off, and I hear noises outside, and something's at the door
Right.
knocking, and the knocking is just there's as if there's like a bunch of hands, all
Many hands at
many
once.
hands at once, just slamming on the door, and then so I walk.
So like more hands than one person has.
Yeah, more hands than one person has. So I walk near the door, and the hands are all. It's all from like there's one thing. It's weird, and
One creature.
one creature,
Many-handed creature.
and the hands are like vibrating through the door as it punches, and its face pops through and just stares at me for a bit before vibrating like back and forth really creepily like the Flash does a couple times in the show. but then like it's vibrating really fast and screeching, and when it screeches at me, just staring at me, just it was bizarre. I like woke up in a cold sweat. My whole bed was drenched in sweat. I was like in the middle of the night. I'm like, whoa, what?
Over there, a service elevator. Should take us down to 50.
And get ourselves killed.
It was interesting. There's another one where I was talking to an AI for a while, and then
What?
some sort of duo.
Talking to an AI?
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. I have weird dreams. When I have dreams, they're weird. So I was talking to an AI, and then after a bit, no matter what movement or speech or anything I do, it would like just scream at me. It would just scream at me.
I got oofed.
Oofed.
Dial.
Oofed.
Oofed.
I got more ammo somehow.
Back to being buddies. She probably gave it to you. Found it whenever she's healing you up.
Pulling you back here.
Pulling you back here.
Dragging us back.
That's a gun. I should grab that. For when DeWitt gets up. In a bit. DeWitt.
DeWitt.
DeWitt in a bit.
Who puts a machine gun in a trash can?
It's like everyone here has guns out the wazoo.
Take the
I guess that's why they, I guess that's a bit understandable, since they do worship the Founding Fathers.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I'm busy killing this guy.
Oh, I said it was, having guns out the wazoo is understandable, since they worship the Founding Fathers.
True.
My aim is true as my eyes.
It doesn't quite make sense, actually, because, I mean, they don't actually use the Constitution, they just worship the Founding Fathers for some reason.
Well, I mean, the Founding Fathers produced it.
Yeah, but they don't
Therefore,
use
they
it.
would probably like it.
I mean, but they don't use it, do they?
Obviously not. They would have come to the obvious conclusion that all men are created equal. Therefore, you know, we can't have slaves. If all men are created equal.
You're under arrest.
See how that works. What?
After him.
Thought he was dead.
What is that thing?
Over there.
The Patriot.
Oh, it's the Patriot? Oh, okay. It's hard to see.
He just didn't have a head.
Catch, Booker.
Runs up thinking, like, I'm gonna get DeWitt! And just shot in the face
Basically.
with a grenade. Put your grenade for ya. They're very kind, catching these grenades. Ooh, that's pretty good. I like how he stops, like, oh, okay, you want to use that? Let me help you out.
More like, oh no.
I mean, if you kept going, it would have been fine. Ducked, because you had to.
Not
You had to.
inherently.
I mean, you had to start it
Rev
up.
it up.
And during that time, while you were revving it
He
up,
could have hit me once.
Yeah, he
I don't
could've.
think he thought he could kill me in one hit.
No, I mean, the thing is, like, he could have got around it and got behind you or something, because even once you're shooting, it's going to be hard to just whip it around. Like, if these people fought smart,
Right.
they'd probably get you. Like, I think the only reason why DeWitt is so good is because they're so bad.
Exactly.
Lately,
Everyone else is extremely incompetent.
funny new ideas. Paid vacation, 8-hour days, workers' compensation.
This is my mother's diary.
Alright.
Slating.
Uh,
Husband claims
We're talking about wasting time today.
You are.
Yeah, and we held the question of, you know, what's your favorite way to waste time?
Bastard. Shall not
Favorite way to waste time?
Yeah. How much I've wasted time recently.
Anime, YouTube. I mean, a good way to waste time is just sit around doing nothing.
Please.
Well, yeah, napping.
Napping. Because, I mean, with anime, it's entertainment. It is a bit of a waste of time, but I mean, if you enjoy it, then I guess it isn't.
Right.
Same with YouTube.
Right.
It's consumption of information, so it's not really depending on how you see it, it can be beneficial. So, so in that case, I guess I don't waste time. If they're...
Yeah, I don't really see any time as wasted. I say more unproductive time.
When I could have been doing something better.
Right.
There have been multiple times where I'm like, I'm going to do this, and then I don't get that done.
Right.
Like the other day, I was like, I'm going to spend this entire day watching Hunter x Hunter.
Right.
I got caught up watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and then it was bedtime, and I'm like, well, darn. Guess there's no Hunter x Hunter today. Because I hadn't watched YouTube in a bit, so
Right.
I needed to be caught up on current
Hello?
info.
Yes?
Hold for Mr. Fink, please.
What's going on?
DeWitt, Fink here. Listen, my boy, we've had our eye on you, and I can tell you right now that you are our top candidate. Top! Now,
Fink wants us to do something for him, I'm
Mr.
guessing?
Flambeau will help you with anything you need.
What the hell was that?
I have no idea.
He seems oddly pleased to make your acquaintance.
Interesting.
Who is this Fink's fellow?
Oh, he's just the owner of this.
Well,
Oh,
he's
hey.
got an ego.
The more and more I see this game, like the larger this floating city
Becomes.
is. Yeah, like I thought it was
I think it's bigger
significant.
than we noticed.
Yeah, like it's far larger. There's whole like sections that are under control of certain people apparently now.
Well, Fink just is the biggest businessman there is.
Yeah.
That's a weird door.
Kind of pointless.
Some say to me, Fink, why
Ah,
is it that we
is this like a sweatshop kind of thing?
No, they're just hard at work.
And they live at work?
Yep.
What is a sweatshop then?
I don't know what a sweatshop is. I don't know that very well.
That term?
No.
Fairly certain that's what that term is.
They live at work?
Not live at work, but like
Mr. DeWitt, welcome.
I'd have never. I don't
You'll
know. I
find
don't
a
know. I
variety of
have no
supplies
idea.
that should see you through your visit.
I found some
I
money.
might very well be
Want it?
stupid.
What does Mr. Fink want with us?
The magic
Much
coin.
obliged. But Mr. Fink's interest is strictly in the gentleman.
Mr.
So
Finks.
sorry, youngness.
Hand
But any
cannon.
questions regarding the gentleman's
Oh
application,
boy, I love a
you can
hand
take it up with
cannon.
Mr. Fink directly.
Kablowie. Can you murder that guy that's talking to you?
I don't want to.
Doesn't strike
I'm
me.
guessing they'll all hate you and attack you if you do.
Right.
Oh hey.
Scatter supplies by
Kill
the
Fink just right there.
That isn't Fink.
That isn't?
That's an auctioneer.
Oh. Oh yeah, they're doing an auction for
Oh!
Cole Potter.
They're bidding on employment.
Oh wow.
6 minutes and 15 seconds. 6 minutes and 5 minutes.
There's a lot of.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
There's multiple.
They're bidding on what their brake size is, and the lower your brake size, the more likely you'll get the job. That's amazing. That's awesome. Cool.
Well then. So I'm guessing this is
Here it is.
this is supposed to be capitalism. Their view of capitalism,
I guess.
which is bizarre because like there's no way capitalism could ever get like this.
Well, it could get like this,
Yeah, but
no
not-
one would come here.
yeah,
This is just forced. This feels more like forced labor.
yeah. So that's why they give you the option to be able to kill them. Because if you don't like capitalism,
I guess.
He might pretend he's supposed to be. They're trying to make him look at.
Well, I don't even think this is. I don't like capitalism. This is. I don't like these people in particular. You know.
I mean, capitalism is seen as evil in a lot of sections of people. For some reason, it's like a lot of games nowadays, and have.
Well,
been
no, I don't
shown.
think this one is one of them. I really don't.
That was nice. I like that. Everybody's gone. Run for your lives! There's
8
murderer.
minutes, 17 seconds. Sold to that man. Why are you dead?
I think somebody might have
Killed him?
done something. That guy might have done a bit of murdering.
Let me just get in between you.
I mean, he seems to be a bit preoccupied with something. Like he's just sitting here doing nothing.
Wait up, I'm reloading.
I don't think he's actually here. This has to be a bug. I'd shoot him in the face, see what happens.
He's trying to shoot around and see.
Oh, he is real.
How dare you kill him?
I love this hand cannon. That is awesome.
I can't believe he just disappeared. Alright.
That was beautiful.
Impressive.
Most common complaint I hear from the working
Bit of water right This gun is good on individuals, not good on groups. Strat.
Actually, it's good on 6 people groups, which is about as high as this game gets in the amount of group.
As long as you can shoot all 6.
I'm pretty accurate.
Not when we started.
Fair enough. Why'd you hit the sass me, man?
I just gotta tell you the truth.
Oh, I just got ammo for it. Awesome. 1 round, but ammo.
One more person dead is all that means.
Yeah, really. I don't really
His
know.
kill count is pretty high.
Whose?
Main character. DeWitt.
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 DeWitty.
He's a mass murderer.
Witty.
Witty.
Sounds like we can enter now.
Can't enter there.
Snippity snap snap.
Got to do
Sprata.
thing.
Floor. Oh boy.
Can we go here?
Need more time to look.
Is that one of those Iron Patriot things? No, it's not. That's
Thanks for ammo.
What's that called? Patriot? What?
No, that was just a machine gun.
Oh.
Motorized machine gun.
What is the Patriot's name?
George Washington.
No, I mean like what is it?
Motorized Patriot.
Motorized Patriot. There we go. Because they can't be Iron Patriot because you know Iron Man's buddy.
Iron Man's taken.
No, I mean because Iron Patriot's taken by the one guy that's friends with
You hear that?
Iron Man.
It's coming from that tear.
I never heard that song before.
I don't suspect anyone's heard that song.
Interesting. So that was a special kind of tear.
And what does that mean?
That there's alternate universes. Dun, dun, dun.
Is this when in the game when we start realizing that or
Well,
something?
we already know there's alternate, but they're always similar. That one was they just mentioned that music. They've never heard it before, which means it may be a completely alternate universe.
Come back at showtime.
Come back at showtime.
Come back at showtime.
Come back at showtime, boys. What do you think of Greta Van Fleet? Have you ever heard Greta Van Fleet? Have you heard them?
No.
That's a new band, popped up recently. They, their thing is that they're replicating the old classic rock sound.
Oh, really?
They sound exactly like Led Zeppelin. In fact,
Dude, that's awesome.
In fact, I like them far better than Led Zeppelin, simply because like the main singer is better. And like that might, a lot of people might be like, holy crap, this guy, he's horrible.
Let me see this. Let me see this thing right here.
They might think that I'm horrible simply because I like Greta Van Fleet's main singer better, but he's legitimately a
let's
better
see.
singer.
Work, leisure, something. training, sleep. I don't know what that says.
Work is half of the time you exist.
No, more.
More than half the time you exist.
Which is kind of true in real life. I mean,
I tell you, the moment you do,
I don't know, it feels like it.
those hyenas are made of.
It's not just at your job, but you also work at your house.
When it's cold outside and your boy's got the mumps and you've got nothing on your table but regret.
But you don't have to work around your house is the thing.
They're selling dreams.
It's like, around your house, it's, you work the amount that you want.
Found some money.
Right.
Unless you live in an area where you need to be,
Nice.
need to
Well, you
keep
still
it
need to
clean.
maintain your house.
I mean, you don't have to. It's smart too. It's a good idea. You're kind of stupid if you're not. But
Don't.
it's not required.
It's not required, but it is necessary to do eventually, and then it builds up, and then it becomes a big
what do you
issue.
think about hoarders? Like,
Well, they freaking get they get evicted because their house is a fire hazard.
I mean, depends on if that's their own house or if it's like a.
No, even if it's their own house, if it becomes a fire hazard to the city, they'll evict them if they don't clean it. It's not really a choice.
That happens only when people find out about it.
True.
So, depending on what you do, you might be doing more work so that you don't do work. So if you like don't want to clean, you might end up doing more work just so you can prevent yourself from having to clean.
That
Like,
seems like a counterproductive.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's counterproductive. I should have just said that in the first place. But some people are like that. Eh.
It kind of just sucks for them.
Just jump
What's in
the
here?
fire.
I was trying to. I'm always like that. I'm always like, hey, what's in here?
Hey, come on, jump into the furnace.
Like in Skyrim, I would always jump behind waterfalls and stuff like that.
Sadly, I never found anything behind waterfalls.
The founder
Did you?
of Buddhism spent 49 days under Bodhi tree until he
Okay,
achieved
bye.
enlightenment.
Someone tells me
Did you find anything behind waterfalls?
Oh yeah,
Hello?
treasure chests,
Hello?
entire
Still
quest
in?
lines.
Chen, Lin? Is anybody here?
I've always liked in Bethesda, in the original Bethesda games, where there was a where there were powerful
There's someone downstairs.
items. Couldn't think of the word. Items, equipment that were always in a specific location. I always liked that because once you've played the game and you know where to go, you can get good stuff. So you've already played it. You already know you can.
Looking for Mr. Lin.
So, and I don't like. I like it where there is. I really like it when there's certain areas are just naturally harder, and other areas are naturally easier. And so once you know the game, you know where not to go, where to go. You can, if you choose, you can improve. You can just like plan out your whole thing, like where to get good items and stuff like that. But it's how it works is where it's just like everything is randomized, you know, like there's no like in Fallout 4 there's no
Probably got their boot on Lynn's throat asking him how
cool items. They're all random legendaries, which aren't interesting to
matter
me.
of fact it is.
They just remove the coolness of finding rare loot, because like it's artificially done rare. It's like, I don't know, if it was handmade rare loot is awesome, but just procedurally generated rare loot is, especially in a game like in the games like Bethesda makes, is not that interesting. It's like
Striker is hard.
Still looking.
Look faster, please.
That'll do!
First aid worker.
in Skyrim, enchantments kind of like that was the start to making rare loot that's easier to do, I guess. Just having enchantments, which I mean, enchantments were in previous games,
Right.
but they're seen more often, I believe, in Skyrim, because it allows them to create rare stuff, but randomized and stuff, which is cool with Skyrim because you can break them down. There's a whole system around it. You can break them down and place them on stuff. But in Fallout 4, they're super rare and they're random items.
Right.
So it could be a useless item, a useless weapon with a really nice enchantment, or really nice legendary stat on it.
Right.
But the legendary stat is useless because the item's not going to be something you're going to use. But like I said, with Fallout, I mean with Skyrim, you could just break down the enchantments and put them on other stuff.
Right. That's nice.
I'm just gonna head inside and find.
Maybe this loading screen will fix that.
Fix what?
Well, I had that health. No, it's still there.
What is it?
That health packet symbol. I think we'll. Oh gosh.
Ah, DeWitt, my boy. You know,
What'd that say?
best kind of
Sacked,
interview is
fired,
one where the
terminated.
applicant doesn't know he's being
Don't make it.
evaluated. But I've watched you since the other day at the lottery. You're a brute. And in times like this, I could use a brute.
What do you want, Fink?
Labor unrest is coming to it. Now, Fitzroy has got the jungle all riled up. A man like me could have use of an old Pinkerton like you.
Oh gosh.
Well, I think we're gonna end it here.
Alright, yeah, I think that's a good idea. After I finish purchasing random crap.
Next time, I believe we're gonna talk about S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the show.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can do that.
Because I really want to talk about that.
Alright. Okay, well, I guess we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.